Wardrobe sponsored by Charmaine Designs.
Good evening. Welcome to the Sharmark Show. I am your host, Sharmark Leo. And guess what? Christmas is coming and we're approaching a new year. And the ladies, I came especially for you this evening. I am bringing you information. I'm bringing you a very powerful young lady that's going to bring you information that's going to impact you for the new year. And then it's from the influential boss lady. And we have Shermalyn here. Good evening. How are you?
I'm good.
I must say, you look very nice.
Thank
I'm
you.
loving your
I'm on your
colors.
show, Sharmark.
Why all of you are saying that? That
You
is
have to
great.
be on brand for your
Yes,
show.
totally, yes. Shermalyn, tell us, how are you?
Tired
I can only
after,
imagine.
but a deep sense of satisfaction when I listen to all the feedback from my sponsors as well as persons who attended Impact Us. For them, they felt like they felt safe, they felt supported, and they felt seen in that environment, and they were happy that I was able to pour so much into them in terms of the lessons that we taught and all the other speakers.
Okay.
So it's a good feeling.
Let's reverse like,
hmm
what is Impactus?
Okay. So impactus is Latin. It's a Latin word which really means impact. And the name really speaks for itself. It's leaders impacting other leaders behind them.
I like that.
You understand?
Yes.
In a way that allows them to accelerate their success and the success of their organization.
So, why the name Impactus? Where did you get the inspiration? I mean, like, you going into this business, why Impactus? Because it sounds very powerful. It sounds like
Yeah.
something, when you hear the name, you want to take it serious. As a sponsor, you send me that letter from Impactus. I'll say, okay, tell accounts, go ahead and sponsor this event. Why Impactus?
Because I wanted a name that really resonate, right, with decision makers as well as persons who needed what I offer, but in a way that they understand that it benefits the organization. It's we. There's no I in team. You
Okay.
understand? So impact us as in all of us
All of us.
moving up. We can't move up together, but it doesn't mean that we cannot throw down a ladder to help others come along, all
like
towards
that.
a particular goal.
I think just the way you say that there's throwing down the ladder, I think if we as human beings would use that as a guideline for even life in general,
Yes.
we would see a lot of development in our society, in our neighbors, in our children by just throwing. Because I think most times we have the attitude like it's just about us, and not
Exactly.
throwing in a ladder and helping somebody to maybe at least sit close to us in the same level.
Exactly.
Yes.
And that is why the theme for this year was creating leaders who multiply leaders. Because as a leader, you're charged with the responsibility when you leave an organization to leave people better than when you came.
Yeah.
Right?
That's almost like being a teacher.
Exact. You are a teacher as a leader
I like
as
that.
well. Right? So you need to share your knowledge, share your successes, share your failures, because there are lessons in failures as
Oh,
well
definitely.
with persons that would help them accelerate their success curve. And in so doing, when you create leaders who multiply leaders, this create like a ripple effect for the organization
Yes.
because your team start to trust you, they start to believe in you.
Yes.
And when you do these things from an organization perspective, your best talent will want to stay with you.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Engagement in terms of how they feel about working with the organization will be high. It builds strong corporate culture. So there's a saying that people don't leave organizations, they leave leaders, and I
Yes.
strongly believe that. So my mission in life is to help leaders not be gatekeepers, just share their knowledge, share their experiences with their teams and with others, because you may want to share your knowledge globally.
Yes.
That depends on your goal
Yeah.
within
I-
your industry.
I totally believe you because I used to believe when I just started doing event planning, you wouldn't want anybody to see how you're doing your design because you think they'll thief your ideas, but not knowing we will still go online to get
Yes.
inspiration from online. So basically, you're getting
Exactly.
inspiration from somebody else.
Exactly.
And maybe if you share that knowledge of your skills with somebody else, you're creating another leader, you're creating another, you
Exactly.
kind of inspire another young man, another young woman to be another leader, to be another event planner out
Exactly.
there. So saying that in itself, you look at it differently.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So tell us a little more about this event you had. I saw so many women, powerful women. Everybody was having fun. What was the concept behind the event and how could you be part of the event?
So first of all, if you're doing an event at that magnitude where you want to attract, professionals, business owners, it must be it must be an event that solves a real problem.
Yes.
Sometimes people come up with events, names, these sort of conferences, and the decision makers don't see no benefit
Out
from
of it,
it.
yeah.
So creating leaders who multiply leaders right now, the leadership pipeline is at risk. They don't people Our younger generation don't want to be leaders because they're not seeing ourselves in us.
No.
So the first thing was I had to choose a topic that aligns with decision makers so that they could say, okay, yes, Shermalyn, I want to partner with you as a sponsor. That's one. Two, it has to be a topic that tap into the hearts and minds of the attendees. A lot of persons who come to the event, they work extremely hard. You understand? But they feel like sometimes the impact is not felt. And that's as a result of a lot of stuff. Maybe they just don't know how to communicate their value.
Yeah.
Shamak, that
Yeah.
comes with practice over
Practice,
time.
yes.
You understand? And if you don't understand how to communicate the value you bring to your teams and your organizations, you'll be left behind.
Yes.
You understand? So I wanted to solve all of these problems, but most importantly, Shamak, I was tired of going to conferences whereby you go and it's like kumbaya, you feel good on the day, and afterwards you have nothing to
apply
take
to your
away or
daily
to
lifestyle.
apply.
Yes.
So I was very
That's
adamant.
like going to a church and you listen to the scripture, but when you walk out of the scripture,
It falls
stays
flat.
in the church. Yeah.
Exactly. So I curate at every Impactus, depending on the theme, I curate a workbook that tackles 4 problems, right? That persons could apply from the next day with their team and with their organizations to make them better leaders from the next day and for the year to follow and for years to follow. So
And we're going in commercial and we'll be right back. Welcome back. Thank you for joining me. I have Shermalyn here from, please help me.
Influential Boss Lady.
Influential. I love this. Say it again.
Influential Boss Lady.
Diva, the men need to look out. So, Influential Boss Lady, I love the sound of it. So, when you have a conference like what you had, how do you go ahead and select the spokespersons?
Yes. Simple. The spokespeople have to be leaders who continue to influence others, because I can't bring a leader as to present if how they say they are does not align with how they are at work and in the community.
In the community.
You understand? As leaders, we're charged with the responsibility of influencing others to take action.
Yeah.
So every single leader on my panel who I select as a keynote has visibly influenced others. And Boss Lady, it's just a powerful name. During my tenure as the sales, marketing, and communications manager at Flow, my team used to call me Boss Lady.
Nice.
So it's
I
something
like that.
nostalgic.
So basically, it's already there. They already put it out in the universe,
Yes.
and it's just happening
Yes,
now. I like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's how I came up with the name. When people hear influential, they think of influencers. No, it's not an influencer.
No.
It's women influencing others to take action.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's almost like I'm a bartender, and then I have bartenders working beneath me.
Exactly.
So I'm influencing them to be a better version of themselves.
That's
maybe on
right.
the cruise ship, maybe on the resort.
Exactly.
And stuff like that. So yourself, you can say you'd feel good.
Exactly.
Yeah. So how do you keep track of your clients, or how do you feel to see if you have somebody who did your program and they're very successful afterwards?
So, the beautiful thing about Impactus is that people see the transformation right in the room. My first year of doing Impactus, I invited this young lady. Her name is Jordan Norbert. She's the CEO for Eco Foods Agency. This lady came from Monrepo, had no money for bus, nothing. But I told her, but I only found out afterwards. Come into the room. You don't have to pay. This is my gift to you. Take it in. And afterwards, I'll work with you. At the event, Jordan spoke. You understand? Because she felt comfortable. The second year I did Impactus, Jordan was a speaker on the panel. And here's why. I worked with Jordan because I like to give back for a year. Deserving ladies, women, I give back. I work with them for free. I choose one person every year that I give back to. Jordan formed strategic partnerships. I help her with global organizations and foundations from around the world. She represented St. Lucia in Jamaica. She was selected as one of the UN women ambassadors.
Wow.
So when she came on stage, for people it was real because they saw her in the audience the year before and they saw the difference when I worked with her
So
for a
basically,
year.
that was the life testimony for your branding right
Exactly.
there. So can you imagine if you had to reject that lady or you did not even allow her to come to the program
Exactly.
because at the time of the situation?
Exactly. And you have to look past
And then
that.
guess what? It sold the name Impactors. Your impact worked on
Exactly.
her and it went out there in the universe and she's maybe impacting other young women like herself.
Exactly. And there's so many stories. I mean, at the event this year, my team surprised me. They compiled testimonials from persons that I've worked with in the past, and I didn't know that. So they fit it into the schedule.
No.
And Sharmark, of course, I cried, ugly tears,
Yes.
because it was real feedback on how the work I did with them and how it completely revolutionized their careers. So people see the results in real time.
I think what I really like the nature of your event is because growing up, when you used to see women on television in real life, it was always like a competition.
Yes.
And with something like Impact Us, something like with the Boss Lady, where you can make a difference in people's life, helping them build their brand, build their self-esteem, I think it would eliminate the level of competition women put within
Exactly.
themselves and will help
Exactly.
them build up their own brand and not wanting to be in somebody else's shadow.
Exactly. Because the truth of the matter is, according to the African proverb, alone you'll go fast, but together you'll go far.
Faster.
You understand?
Yes.
And that's what you want.
Yes.
You want your reach to go far and wide when you help others. And there's so many success stories. At last year Impact Us, there was a young lady who just happened to come in. She got invited. She wasn't going to come and she came. She's a Trinidadian. And after the event, she messaged me to meet with me, and she told me how the event impacted her. She was a panelist on this year's Impact Us. Why?
Wow.
Because I worked with her. Their consultancy is Beckles and Regis Consultancy, and let me tell you, these women are brilliant. The two of them, Ava and Sheena, they run an investment and financial consultancy firm where they work with companies like Bank of St. Lucia, ECCB, etc. And I work with them for this year, and the results again. You
Wow.
understand the results because women want to do more. It's
Yes.
99,000 hours we spend in a lifetime on our careers.
Yes.
So if you're going to be spending 99,000 hours, you might as well add some meaning and purpose because at the end of the day, Sharmark, that's your legacy,
Definitely. Yeah.
That is
you
your
want to leave
legacy.
something behind so people can remember you.
Exactly.
Yes.
So
Beautiful.
people could remember you,
Yeah.
and that's what I help women do.
Wow.
When you leave an organization, it's not okay, here you will not there. Your name keep mentioning
Mentioning.
because the impact that you've made for your teams and for the organization
Organization.
is clearly visible and
Yeah.
measurable.
And I think it's not even only in your jobs. I think if you have
Your-
a daughter, or even for the men,
absolutely.
if you have a son,
Yes.
your lifestyle as a business, as a work person, it has to impact your children, and then for
Exactly.
you to go out in society
It's
to
true.
be a
My
better
daughter
version
says
of
all the
themselves.
time, Mommy, I'm a future boss lady.
I like that.
You understand?
Yeah. I mean, you have to put it out there.
Yes,
and
you have to put
say
it into the universe.
So you don't know there's something good happening in the pipeline.
Yes,
Wow.
So, and imagine if every woman could do that and every man. Yes, I work with women, but when I do training, I train both men and women within
Yes.
organizations. But my movement for Impactors and so on is for women. That's like my baby. You
Yes,
understand? But imagine if we all did that. Wouldn't it be a better world?
I think so, definitely.
Exactly.
Yes, wow. Yeah.
Exactly.
So, how long does the event run for? And was this year successful? Was it what you was expecting? Did it exceed your expectation?
So it runs from 8 in the morning to 6 in the afternoon. Now that's
That
long.
means you have food and dinner,
Yes,
all kind of
pal.
things.
Everything. It's a full experience.
Oh, nice.
And we close with a live band because after you do all that work, you need to relax
You need
and
to
enjoy
relax, stretch those
yourself.
muscles.
You understand? From 8 to 6 o'clock, and it's compact with again.
So it's not a rush session.
No.
I'm sorry.
No, it's not rushed. After every masterclass, I go around with everybody and I help them work on the topic that we did in the workbook. I help them fill it out if they have questions. So the coaching and the mentorship happens live. And it's not just me doing the teaching. Remember, you have other boss ladies there.
Yes.
So they contribute towards the conversation and they share and they learn.
Yes. Nice.
You understand?
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay. So if somebody's looking and they want to get maybe videos. They want to get some of the topics that you had from your previous shows. What is your social media handles and how can they see these things?
So if they go, they could follow me on Instagram. I am Shermalyn John, right? IAMSHERMALYN That's on Instagram. On Facebook, I'm Shermalyn Sidonie-John, and on LinkedIn, I love LinkedIn.
Okay, nice.
It's Shermalyn Sidonie-John. You could find me on any of those platforms to get all the information.
Yeah, and you can find me after those messages. Welcome back. I'm your host, Sharmark Leo. Thank you for viewing the Sharmark Show. And in case if I don't see you, compliments of the season. My guest this evening is Shermalyn from Influential Boss Lady. I think it's very powerful, very impactful. Thank you so much for coming, ma'am.
Thank you,
Yes.
Sharmark.
So tell us, Shermalyn, what's in stock for the boss ladies out there for the future? Because it sounds like you have a lot to tell us.
So first of all, any leader or aspiring leader who wants to work with me, right? They could reach out to me. I offer leadership mentorship. I work with organizations as well to do workshops on legacy mapping, succession planning, and teaching leaders how to influence their teams. I also work with executives to teach them how to communicate to influence. And again, going back
Nice.
to, it's important to do the work. Yes, I had years of experience as a communications leader. So that experience, I could channel it into me training them.
Nice.
But Sharmark, I did a TED talk as well. And the reason people at the time, I mean, it was a big thing, you understand? But the reason why I did a TED talk is because a TEDx teaches you storytelling in a way that influences others to take action. And too many times when leaders are presenting, they think it's important to just use the big jargons and all of
Big
that. And
grammar,
not
and it's basically, I think sometimes when you speak to people in marketing, you have to come down to the level so they can understand. It isn't like a
exactly,
politician. You have to come down to the give them a little patois, a
exactly,
little humor,
to
so they
make you
understand.
humanize you.
Yes,
So
that's
through
what
my
it is.
TEDx training, any leader, and I work with leaders who need to give a keynote, a powerful speech to their team, prime ministers, whoever, I could write a keynote or a speech for you and train you to deliver it
Deliver it
like a boss.
like a natural.
You
Yes.
understand?
So basically, in situation where you have a HR manager, can you work
Yes,
with them to help them be that
absolutely.
boss lady to help? I find sometimes they come across a bit harsh. So you have a better approach with the staff.
Exactly. But most importantly, what I do, what I'm really, really passionate about, I teach leaders to package their years of experience in a way that they could translate it to their teams and
Nice.
help them work towards reaching a goal. So that when they leave the organization,
Mhm.
that blueprint they have could impact
Impact
generations to
generations
come.
to come. So do you do a one-on-one
One
before?
on one, group, yes.
Oh,
It
nice.
varies.
It varies.
Yes.
Okay,
And
nice.
obviously, I want to continue to build my brand globally. This year,
Nice.
in August, I had the distinct pleasure of training 200 leaders and executives from IBM. Do
Oh,
you hear
wow.
me?
Congratulations.
Yes.
That's good.
And this I want to continue to grow globally, and that's the power of building an influential personal brand.
Okay. So if somebody's looking and they'll say, come Madam La Puesta experience, when she do a course, what would you tell somebody like that? Like if they think you just get up or just leave your job as a marketing person and start doing this business, what would you tell somebody who's looking?
So, first of all, there are a lot of free programs online.
Okay.
Persons depend on your budget. You could start off with companies like Coursera. Coursera has programs with reputable organizations. So you could do it for Coursera for cheap, but still get the certification like digital marketing strategy. You could do it for Coursera, but get the certification from the Digital Marketing Strategy Institute. IBM, they offer free programs. You understand?
Yes,
So
yes.
people need to look
For
for
the program.
how they want to position themselves, the problem that they want to solve, and which organization. That's what I did. When I
Okay.
realized that, okay, you're really becoming the chief marketing officer of your career.
Mhm.
I start getting into programs and rooms. I also invested, and that's something we take. I invested in a coach and strategist because
Yes.
she had accomplished what I wanted to do.
To do.
All right. And I invested in her. And let me tell you, it's not cheap because it's EC dollars we're making. And then you have to pay in US.
In US, yeah.
Sharmark, it was blood, sweat, and tears because you paying in US, you have the mortgage, you have your children.
Yes.
But look at me now.
Now, yes.
So sometimes you have to close your eyes and do something for yourself
Yes.
but
The
you must have a
investment paid
plan.
off, yeah,
The
you must
investment paid off.
Yes. Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think I like the fact that you came up with this, I would say, program. Should I say program?
Yes,
Can
it
I
is
say?
a program.
And the fact that you're impacting so many women in society, you didn't keep it to yourself.
Exactly.
So it's basically you're like a living testimony of what you
Went
want
through.
to do.
Exactly.
And in the fact that I looked at your program, I realized you had an age range of different range from the younger to the more mature persons.
Yes.
And you had other boss ladies. Like I realized I saw Deborah
Yes.
1 year. I saw Siobhan. I saw different persons. And I think the fact that people are seeing persons in our society that they know, it really means a lot. And I think it will help them take the program a little more serious.
Exactly.
And even whilst before we came on, you said this year you had one of your speakers, somebody from Trinidad.
No, from Jamaica. Andrea
okay.
Coy. She's the CEO for Grace Kennedy Foods.
Oh, wow.
Now, I mean, people don't know. I work for the last couple of years. I've been working full-time with Grace Kennedy.
Okay, nice.
You understand?
Okay.
But they're an organization that supports that sort of thing. I don't work with them now, but up until this year, I was working with them. But look at the relationship.
Yes.
Because despite that, I have a beautiful relationship with her, and she was able to be my keynote speaker.
And how long have you been doing your program?
About 5 years.
5 years, wow.
While working full-time.
Wow.
While working full-time.
Full-time, wow.
Yes.
Yeah. Would you like to tell any of your sponsors anything? I mean, like without sponsors, sometimes
Let
a
me
lot
tell
of
you,
stuff would not be possible. So here's a platform you can mention some of your sponsors.
This year, my platinum sponsor, St. Lucia Bureau of Standards, they came in a big way. And I'm so grateful because, when you think of St. Lucia Bureau of Standards, you think of, numbers and standardizations and so on. But it's their commitment to excellence and upskilling. It's aligned with their mission.
Yes.
And because of that, they decided to come on board with me. Caribbean Galaxy, came on board. And people may say, what's the fit? But this is a foreign company. And if you're looking to make an impact in a country, you have to, so people could continue to get to know you and trust the work that you're doing. You need to align yourself, partner with people, events, and missions that will help grow your visibility and help accelerate trust. Right? I have so many sponsors. Oh my God.
That's okay. Yeah. But I must say, thank you so much. Yeah, Bank of St. Lucia. Thank you so much, Shermalyn, for coming. I think this was very interesting. And I would like to take this opportunity to wish you good luck with this business. I love the name Boss Lady, and you totally came. I mean, you're a true representation of your brand. And then St. Lucia, for the ladies out there, I think it's something that you should impact yourself with your brand and embrace yourself with your brand and push yourself, because I think everybody is a boss lady. A boss lady, the word doesn't mean that you're making millions of dollars. It's about standing behind your brand, looking at your reflection in the mirror and saying, hey, I can do this. I'm the boss of my life. I know you know what direction you want to go to. So thank you so much, and good luck with that.
Having me.
And don't be a stranger. When you have these kind of things, you need to call me and say, hey, I need to be on the Sharmark show. So thank you so much.
Thank you, honey. Same to you.
Yes. Nisha, this is your host, Sharmark. Thank you very much for viewing. You can get a recap on Sunday. Thank you.
Wardrobe sponsored by Sharmaine Freeman Designs.